Stop. Pencils up.
How are you? When's your next show?
What's that?
When's your next show? Excuse me.
We got one in March.
Okay. That's exciting. I'm gonna even scoot more out of the way. I don't know where Amelia is. Aaliyah, what do you do? No, you can sit on it. It's extra cushion for your bum.
Have like a lot of texture words. Just in case we can do it.
Julius. You take your head off? You're inside. Oh, where are you going? Do you see the competition? Is he in the sun? That's pretty exciting. Did we make room for Miss Kinders? Do you want to scoot up your kids a little bit? Do you want more space? Should we move? Max and Daniel doesn't seem like a good competition. Your big buddies in the competition? I see your big buddies. Wow. Ollie, can you scoot up here, my friend? Thank you. Oh, sorry, are you
We'll have 2 more classes coming in.
Live stream. Let's go. It's for the school. Larson's a big YouTuber though.
Slide on. Not too tight, not too tight.
school though.
Waterfall, waterfall. Okay, we're gonna have one more time to scoot up. We have one more class, so we're gonna scoot up one more time. All right, there we go. Let's bring it back to a level 0 so we can go ahead and get started. I want to thank Miss Rico's class and Miss Thompson's class and Miss Kinder's class for being at a 0. Thank you Miss Hunt's class and Miss Jones and Mr. Heinlein's class. Okay, we're going to go over some rules and expectations for us as audience members, and then I have to go over the rules and expectations for our spelling bee participants. So I want to thank all of the family members who were able to come today, and for teachers for giving up some of their instructional time to support our 4th and 5th grade spelling bee participants. So this might be the first time that you've ever seen a spelling bee. Last year when we did them, we watched them from our classrooms, okay? So it is super, super important that we are safe, respectful, and responsible. So ways of being safe during the spelling bee is to stay seated, and keeping our body to ourselves, so our hands and our feet. I know we're really close together. If you need to use the restroom, you have a hand signal with your teacher so they know what that signal is, okay? So we have to make sure that we're being respectful by staying at a level 0, okay? I know it's gonna be tricky, but I know we can do it, okay? We wanna be also respectful by holding our applause until Mr. Larson asks us to give an applause for our spelling bee participants, okay? We want to also be responsible by staying seated and giving that encouragement when we are asking for you to clap and to stay at a 0, okay? I'm going to go over the rules for our spelling bee, okay? So this is a written test. So this is a different format that the state of California has for the spelling bee this year. All students have been provided with pencil and paper. If you need additional pencils and paper during the spelling bee, please raise your hand. Mr. Larson will be reading the words. He will say the word in a sentence, and then he will read the word again. He will indicate when you will start writing your word. You have 15 seconds to write your word. We're going to do some practice of that. There will be an alarm that we're going to let you hear before we start, so you know what that means. So when Mr. Larson says begin, that's when you start writing your word. If you start writing your word before we say begin, we have to take a cube away, and that's an error. If you do not stop writing when Mr. Larson says pencils up, and you hold your pencil up, it will be marked as an error, and the judges will have to take a cube away. Also, if you need a word repeated, or the sentence read again, you need to indicate that before Mr. Larson says begin. If the judges feel that there's been ample time and the word repeated, we can decline the word being repeated. All participants get to have 4 errors before they are out. So if you misspell a word or you don't finish a word, we take a cube away and you still have chances. When you no longer have cubes, Mr. Larson will indicate for the audience to clap for a participant, and you will join your class. You can write the word as many times as you need on your paper, but here's the important thing. You must cross off all other forms of the word that you have spelled that you do not want the judge to check. So if you don't have it crossed off before that 15 seconds, it will count as an error. We have 4 judges. We have myself, we have Mr. Tim, Miss Christina, and Miss Bass. We will each be checking the spelling of 3 of our spelling bee participants. So please remain at a level 0 until Mr. Larson indicates for us to do any kind of applause, because we will be taking the cubes as needed. If the word is correct, the judge will write a C next to the word. If it is wrong, the judge will write an X next to the word. All of the judges and Mr. Larson, who is the proctor, are in charge of the contest. All decisions made by the judges and the announcer are final. We ask that all parents and audience members do not interfere with the spelling bee, meaning do not spell words out loud, do not mouth words to students. Once the spelling bee has begun, we need all of our participants to remain seated and at a level 0. If you need to use the restroom, please indicate to whoever your judge is that you need to use the restroom, because we will have to pause the test, the spelling bee, and you will be escorted out of the cafeteria. Also, to minimize disruptions during the competition, we ask that all of our audience members turn their cell phones off. All staff members, please have your radios off. Participants, do we have any questions? Okay, we're going to do some practice. Okay, we're going to do some practice words so you know what the format is going to be. Okay, so I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Larson.
Thank you, Mrs. Brakeman. Also, congratulations. How about, well, real quick, let's do a quick introduction of our spellers today. When I say your name, you can stand, give a quick wave, and then sit back down. We're going to do this quick. From Ms. Hunt's class, we have Jeremy. Go ahead and stand, wave real quick. Thank you, Jeremy. Sophia. Thank you, Sophia. Alexa. Jose. And from Mr. Heinlein's class, we have Tanner. We have Turner. Lorenzo. And Chris. And finally, from Ms. Jones's class, we have Deborah. We have Maya. Kai. And Emerson. All right, we will now, oh, how about a round of applause? These people won their classroom spelling bees. How about a round of applause just for that week? Thank you. Okay. It's time for thank you, audience, for being respectful, controlling your class. We will now begin with a practice round. In this practice round, your first word, remember, do not start writing until I say the word begin. Your first word, and these will be easy, just so you know. Your first word is cat. Do not start writing until I say the word begin. Your first word is cat. The cat ran up the tree. Cat. You may begin. Stop, pencils up. Thank you, Tanner. Thank you, Emerson. Thank you, Alexa. Judges, please check to see that they've spelled correctly. Thank you. You may put your pencils down. Your second and last practice word is same. Same. When I went to school, my friend was wearing the same shirt. Same. You may begin. Stop, pencils up. Judges, please check those words. Okay, we are about to begin our spelling bee. One last reminder, do not start writing until I say the word begin. Your first word is heap. Heap. She wilted and fell to a heap on the floor. Heap. You may begin. Stop. Pencils up.
Can you just remind us if a student has a question or wants the word repeated, what's the protocol?
They may raise their hand.
So you like before you say that, raise their hand.
Okay, to repeat. It has to happen before I say the word begin.
Ah, thank you.
Okay, is that clear?
Repeat for me.
Yeah, that question had to be asked before I said begin, but the word was heap. Your second word is absurd. Absurd. It was absurd to say the baby could reach the counter. Absurd. You may begin. Stop. Pencils up. Your next word is mutton. Mutton. The men ordered a large bowl of soup and a leg of mutton from the kitchen. Mutton. You may begin. Stop. Pencils up. Your next word is lonely. Please do not start until I say the word begin. The word is lonely. I was very lonely when I first moved to town. Lonely. You may begin. Stop. Pencils up.
Quick reiteration about the rules, if they write it multiple
It
times.
has to be crossed off when they need to, when they want us to check.
They have to,
More than one,
they
then-
had to have it.
And please give a round of applause for our contestants, Tanner and Emerson. Tanner and Emerson, you may head back to join your class. Thank you for being a respectful audience and controlling your voices. Our next word. Your next word, please wait to begin. Your next word is fluent. Fluent. The teacher was fluent in 3 languages. Fluent. You may begin. Stop. Pencils up. And I want to appreciate the audience for having control of their voices and their bodies. Excellent job. Spellers, your next word. Yes, Jose. Oh, thank you. Please give a round of applause to Jose. Thank you, Jose. Thank you, audience. Spellers, your next word. Your next word is edict. Edict. The edict issued by the king had to be obeyed by all. Edict. You may begin. Stop, pencils up. Your next word is raccoon. Please wait to start. Your word is raccoon. A raccoon raided our campsite while we were asleep. Raccoon. You may begin. Stop, pencils up. Please give a round of applause for our contestants, Christopher, Ty, Jeremy, and Alexa. And we'll head back to join their class. And again, I wanna commend those students. Give me 5. Put them down. Give me 5. I want to commend those students that are showing great control. They have a voice level 0, and they're only giving a round of applause as I've asked them. Make sure you're in control. Thank you to those students. Spellers, your next word is dessert. Dessert. Lemon pie is my favorite dessert. You may begin. Stop, pencils up. Spellers, your next word is elude. Elude. We will try to elude the traffic congestion. Elude. You may begin. Stop, pencils up. Please give a round of
Okay, so we have two of our spellers who do not need to do the next word, okay? We have three spellers who do need to do the next word because they all three missed the word elude, okay? So Turner and Deborah and Sophia, you are doing the next word that Mr. Larson gets, okay?
So we make imagen. You will be imagen.
We are looking for our top two spellers that will be going to County Spelling Bee, and we are also looking for a third speller that will be our alternate speller. So, does that mean? So you can give a round of applause for our top two spellers today. That is Lorenzo and Maya, who will be going to the next round. For the other three students. For the other three students, your word is enough. Enough. Do you have enough clothes for your trip? Enough. You may begin. Stop, pencils up. Please give a round of applause for our contestant Turner. Down to our last spot, we have two contestants looking to be the alternate at our Humboldt County Spelling Bee. Thank you for having the voice level 0. The word is barren. Barren. The barren field was eroding. Barren. You may begin. Stop, pencils up. The next word. The next word is ninth. Ninth. In the district's 9th grade is the first year of high school. Excuse me. In many districts, 9th grade is the first year of high school. Ninth. You may begin. Stop, pencils up. Your next word. You can feel the tension. The next word is abyss. Abyss. Throughout history, people have jumped into the unknown abyss, wondering if they would ever return. Abyss. You may begin. Stop, pencils up. Your next word. The next word is pigment. Pigment. Pigment in some plants is increased when they grow in full sun. Pigment. You may begin. Stop, pencils up. The next word is enrich. Enrich. The new class will enrich the curriculum. Enrich. You may begin. Stop, pencils up. Please give a round of applause for our contestant, Sophia.
So we are not quite finished, okay? Because we still have to determine who our first and second place spellers are going to be, okay? So, and also our third. So Deborah is also competing. So we have all three of our spellers who are now competing again, so we can determine who is first, second, and third place. All our first and second place winners move on to the county level spelling bee, and then our third place is what we call our alternate. So if something, if our first or second place winner decides not to compete or they're absent that day, then that student will compete. Okay? So all three students are still competing.
Spellers, your next word is relent. Relent. Perhaps he will relent and allow you to go if you promise to return early. Relent. You may begin. Stop, pencils up. Your next word is surround. Surround. For safety reasons, we needed to surround our pool with a fence. Surround. You may begin. Stop, pencils up.
We're going to congratulate Deborah. Deborah is our third place speller. So you will
For our last two spellers, we have a new level of words. This word is flabbergast. Flabbergast. Normal body temperature is Seeing a dog climb a tree may flabbergast you. Flabbergast. You may begin. Stop, pencils up.
Okay, so we have our first and second place winners as well. Mr. Larson, I'll go ahead and let you announce.
So our second place speller at the 2023 Grand Elementary Spelling Bee is Lorenzo. A hand of applause for Lorenzo. And this year's Spelling Bee champ at Grand Elementary is Maya. A round of applause for Maya.
So we're almost done. We want to recognize all of our spellers. We also had some of our third grade students participated in their classroom spelling bee. So if you were a participant in any of your classroom spelling bee in third grade or a participant today, we do have a certificate. So I will announce names, and Mr. Larson, I'll switch spots here. We'll hand you a certificate, and then we will do our medals. So when we call your name, please come get your certificate. Jeremy. Sophia. Alexa. Jose. Christopher. Tanner. Turner. Lorenzo. Deborah. Kai. Maya. Emerson. And then in our third grade, Lizzie. Cheyenne. Faith. Connor. David. Kiala. And Brooklyn. All right. So again, thank you to all of our participants for being brave. Okay, I want to thank audience members. The last thing we have to do is our medals. So we have a first, second, and third place winner from our third grade classroom spelling bee, and then we will do the medals for our first, second, third grade, or first, second, third place in the fourth, fifth grade spelling bee. So in 3rd grade, our 3rd place speller was David. Our 2nd place in 3rd grade classroom spelling bee was Faith. And our 1st place in the 3rd grade classroom spelling bee is Lizzie. All right, and then for our 4th and 5th grade, our 3rd place is Deborah. Second place, Lorenzo. And first place, you get a trophy and a medal. All right, we have Maya. We're going to get a quick picture of our spellers, so we're going to get them lined up over here. All right, let's give them all one more round of applause. All right, I want to thank all of our audience members and again, our teachers and family members for taking time out of their day today. I'm going to let parents go first in case they wanted to get some pictures with their students. So if you were a participant in the spelling bee and you have a parent here, we will dismiss you first. And then I will start dismissing our classrooms. We're going to have Miss Thompson's class go out the door first.